Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Robby stayed in Cobra Kai during the events of Cobra Kai Season 5? Spoilers for Cobra Kai Season 5, you have been warned. So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 4 would still happen. Cobra Kai would still win the All Valley, and Robby would still go to Johnny, Miguel would still run away, and Terry would still betray Kreese, Daniel would still get chosen, and Johnny and Robby would go to Mexico to find Miguel. Robby wouldn't know why they went to Mexico, and when Johnny finally tells Robby that they were trying to find Miguel, Robby would be mad, so Johnny would still buy Robby's ticket back to the US, and in this timeline, Robby would decide to go back, so Robby would go back to the US, and the events of Season 5 would carry on. And by the time Robby gets back to the US, he would see all the commercials for Cobra Kai, and he would remember what Daniel told him about Terry Silver, and he would want to protect Kenny, so Robby would decide to come back to Cobra Kai to keep an eye on Kenny. Kenny would be happy to see Robby back in Cobra Kai. Robby and Tori would stay together, and the events would carry on. Johnny would still find Miguel, and they would come back to the US. But in this timeline, Johnny would lose his Eagle Fan van, so Johnny and Miguel would go back in a bus. Johnny would hear that Robby was back in Cobra Kai, so he would confront Robby. He would tell him that he thought he was trying to make things right. Robby would tell Johnny that things weren't personal anymore, and that he didn't hate him or Daniel, that he was only in Cobra Kai to protect Kenny from Silver. So Robby and Kenny would continue training, and Robby would start to see all the aggression Kenny had towards Anthony, so Robby would want to show Kenny a different path. So Robby would start training Kenny separately with Miyagi-Do teachings, so Robby would stop Kenny from being a bully, and Robby would help Anthony and Kenny no longer be enemies. Robby and Kenny would form an even stronger bond. Daniel and Chosen would still want to take down Cobra Kai, and they would still confront Terry Silver. So the rivalry between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do would continue. Terry Silver would still fight Daniel, and he would still defeat him, and those events would stay the same. Johnny would still come back to help them, so Miyagi-Fang would reform. Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Fang would train for the Saikai Taikai. Terry Silver would want Robby to be Cobra Kai's champion against Miyagi-Fang. Johnny would feel sad and betrayed seeing Robby on Cobra Kai's side, but Johnny would understand that Robby was only in Cobra Kai to protect Kenny from Silver. Hawk would fight Robby. It would be a close match between Hawk and Robby, and in this timeline, Robby would defeat Hawk. It would be Tori and Sam, but during the match, Tori would notice that the referee was siding with Cobra Kai, so Tori would back off from the fight, so she would leave, and Devin would have to fight Sam, and Sam would defeat Devin. Robby would go see Tori, and he would ask what was wrong, but Tori wouldn't want to talk about it. Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Fang would qualify for the Saikai Taikai, and Tori would still go tell Sam that Cobra Kai cheated during the All Valley, and the season would still end the same way. Johnny, Mike, and Chosen would still confront Terry Silver. The students of Miyagi-Fang, with the help of Tori, would want to expose Terry Silver, so Cobra Kai would confront Miyagi-Fang at the flagship dojo. This is when Tori would say that Cobra Kai cheated and that they needed to expose Terry Silver, but the students of Cobra Kai wouldn't believe what Tori was saying, but Robby would believe Tori, and he would switch sides. Robby would turn to Kenny, and he would ask him to go with him, and since Kenny and Robby had an even stronger bond, and Anthony and Kenny were no longer enemies, Kenny would go with Robby in this timeline. So Cobra Kai would still fight Miyagi-Fang, and eventually Terry Silver would be exposed, and in the end, Daniel would still fight Terry Silver, and he would still defeat him, and the students would leave Cobra Kai. Terry Silver would still be arrested. Daniel and Johnny would be happy to see Robby out of Cobra Kai. Robby would be happy that Kenny was safe, and that he could finally learn a different path, and Robby would apologize to Johnny and Daniel for everything that happened. So Robby, Tori, and Kenny would join Miyagi-Fang, but Robby would still be enemies with Hawk and Miguel, and that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Robby stayed in Cobra Kai during the events of Cobra Kai Season 5? Let me know in the comments below. All members have access to emojis that can be used in comments and live streams. This isn't mandatory. This is only something extra if you want to support the channel even more. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.